The Washington quarter dollar, one of the most recognized and enduring coins in American history, carries a legacy that stretches far beyond its small silver surface. It tells a story of patriotism, artistry, and evolving economics that shaped the United States for nearly a century. When the coin first appeared in 1932, few people could have imagined that it would become one of the most beloved designs in American coinage, still circulating after more than 90 years. The quarter was originally created to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, a monumental event that inspired Congress to honor the nation's first president not with a commemorative medal or limited edition coin, but with a circulating coin that every American could hold in their hands, a daily reminder of Washington's leadership and legacy. Designed by sculptor John Flanagan, the Washington quarter featured a striking left-facing portrait of Washington inspired by Jean-Antoine Houdon's neoclassical bust, which many historians consider the most accurate likeness of the first president. On the reverse, an eagle with spread wings perched on a bundle of arrows symbolizes strength, with olive branches below representing peace, a perfect blend of patriotism and artistry that has kept collectors fascinated for decades. The coin specifications were carefully chosen to align with earlier quarters, a diameter of 24.3 millimeters, a weight of 6.25 grams, and a composition of 90% silver and 10% copper. These silver quarters, minted from 1932 until 1964, are often referred to as the true silver Washington quarters, and they have become a collector's favorite not just for their historical significance, but for their intrinsic metal value as well. The early years of the Washington quarter series were challenging, with the Great Depression affecting mintages and economic circulation. In 1932, only the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints struck quarters, and those from Denver and San Francisco quickly became key dates. The 1932D and 1932S Washington quarters remain two of the most coveted coins in the entire series, especially in uncirculated condition. A 1932D Washington quarter in pristine MS 66 or higher can fetch tens of thousands of dollars at auction, while the 1932S is nearly as valuable, both due to their extremely low mintages of just over 400,000 coins each. As the 1940s and 1950s progressed, the Washington quarter became not just a tool for commerce but a symbol of post-war America's prosperity. Millions were minted annually, yet even within those large numbers, special varieties and errors emerged that collectors continue to chase today. Some of the most famous include the 1943 double die obverse, the 1949 D/S Overmintmark, and the striking proof issues from the early 1950s that featured deep cameo finishes, reflecting the exceptional craftsmanship of the U.S. Mint's proofing process. These coins demonstrate how, even within a mass-produced series, artistry and rarity could coexist. In 1965, the U.S. Mint made one of the most significant changes in American coinage history: the removal of silver from circulating quarters. Rising silver prices made it economically impossible to continue minting 90% silver coins, so the composition shifted to a copper-nickel-clad planchet, weighing 5.67 grams. This transition marked the end of an era for silver coinage, and collectors now refer to pre-1965 quarters as junk silver, though their historical and collectible value makes them far from junk in the eyes of numismatists. Interestingly, during this transition, a small number of 1965 Washington quarters were mistakenly struck on leftover 90% silver planchets from 1964. These error coins, known as the 1965 silver quarters, are among the most valuable transitional errors in U.S. coinage, with confirmed examples selling for thousands of dollars depending on grade and authenticity. The 1970s brought another wave of excitement with the 1976 bicentennial Washington quarters, featuring Jack L. R.'s special reverse design of a colonial drummer and torch surrounded by 13 stars, representing the original colonies. These coins, produced in both clad and 40% silver compositions, became instant hits with the public. The silver bicentennial proofs, especially those struck in San Francisco, are now highly collectible, with deep cameo versions fetching impressive premiums. Throughout the 1980s and 1990s, the Washington quarter continued to evolve, but by the late 1990s, the U.S. Mint recognized a decline in public interest. To reinvigorate coin collecting, the Mint launched the 50-state quarters program in 1999, transforming the Washington quarter into a platform for celebrating American diversity and geography. Each state received its own unique reverse design, issued in the order of statehood, while the obverse retained the iconic Washington portrait with minor updates by sculptor William Cousins. This program reignited public fascination with coin collecting, bringing millions of Americans, from kids to grandparents, into the hobby. Some quarters, like the 1999 Connecticut, featuring the Charter Oak, and the 2004 Wisconsin quarter with the extra leaf error have achieved legendary status among collectors. The Wisconsin high leaf and low leaf varieties, caused by die gouges on the reverse corn stalk, can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on condition. As the years passed, the Washington quarter saw additional redesigns and commemorative programs, including the America the Beautiful Quarters, 2010 to 2021, which depicted national parks and historic landmarks from every state and U.S. territory. Yet, the 2021 redesign introduced a new chapter. Sculptor Laura Garden Fraser's 1931 portrait of George Washington, originally rejected in favor of Flanagan, finally took its place on the obverse, giving the coin a long-awaited artistic redemption. Collectors praised this change as both a nod to history and a celebration of artistic integrity. Modern issues like the 2019 W. Washington Quarter, struck at the West Point Mint and released into circulation without mint marks visible to the public, created a modern treasure hunt. With only 2 million of each design released, these coins instantly became modern rarities, with early finds selling for hundreds of dollars even in circulated condition. One fascinating aspect of the Washington Quarter series is its error coins, which have always captured the imagination of collectors. Some of the most famous include the 1943 double die, the 1950 D/S Overmintmark, the 1964 D double die reverse, and the 2005 Kansas In God We Rust error. As we continue to explore this fascinating coin series, it's clear that the Washington quarter dollar isn't just another coin, it's a timeline in metal, chronicling America's changing face and spirit. From its birth in 1932 to the latest commemorative releases, it remains a coin that bridges generations, sparking curiosity in both veteran numismatists and new hobbyists. In the next part, we'll dive deeper into the hidden rarities, mint errors, proof sets, and special edition releases that have turned ordinary Washington quarters into extraordinary treasures. Stay tuned as we uncover the shocking auction records, secret varieties, and modern finds that could make your next quarter the most valuable coin you've ever held in your hands. The world of the Washington quarter dollar becomes even more fascinating when we dive into the hidden rarities, minting blunders, and special issues that transformed ordinary coins into treasures worth thousands of dollars. As collectors know, the real magic of numismatics often lies not in the most common designs, but in the tiny imperfections, overlooked mint marks, and forgotten special strikes that slip through the cracks of history. One of the most legendary rarities in the Washington Quarter series is the 1932 D, a coin that continues to reign supreme as the key date of the series. With a mintage of only 436,800 pieces, it remains one of the lowest produced quarters in the 20th century. Finding one in uncirculated condition is incredibly difficult, and coins graded MS 66 or higher by PCGS or NGC can easily cross the $25,000 to $100,000 mark. Even in circulated grades, these coins are highly valuable, with prices starting in the hundreds. The 1932 S also deserves its legendary status, with a mintage of only 408,000. Many of these coins circulated heavily, so examples with original luster and sharp detail are rare and command exceptional prices. But rarity in the Washington Quarter series goes far beyond those early years. As the decades rolled on, minting technology evolved, but human error remained a constant companion. Take for example the 1943 double die obverse, where the word Liberty and parts of Washington's profile appeared doubled due to a misalignment in the die hubbing process. A sharp, well-preserved example can be worth several $1,000s. Another standout error is the 1950 D/S Overmintmark, where a Denver mint mark was accidentally punched over a San Francisco one, creating a hybrid variety that remains one of the most fascinating examples of minting overlap. These coins are rare and highly prized, especially in mint state. Then there's the 1964 D double die reverse, where the eagle's feathers and inscriptions show clear doubling, a variety that often surprises collectors who find it in otherwise ordinary-looking rolls of silver quarters. The transitional period from silver to clad in 1965 introduced another wave of valuable mistakes. A few 1965 dated quarters were struck on leftover 1964 silver planchets, an error that now ranks among the most famous in modern U.S. coinage. The 1965 silver quarter error is often verified through its weight, 6.25 grams instead of the normal 5.67 grams, and distinct ring when dropped on a hard surface. Certified examples can fetch from $5,000 to over $15,000, depending on condition and verification. A similar transitional error occurred again in the 1977 D Washington Quarter struck on a silver planchet, another anomaly that commands huge premiums today. The 1976 Bicentennial Quarter, struck to celebrate America's 200th birthday, also holds hidden treasures. While hundreds of millions were minted, the 40% silver collector versions struck in San Francisco are particularly sought after. Proof and uncirculated sets containing these silver bicentennial quarters can still be found, but pristine examples with perfect cameo contrast can bring strong premiums. Additionally, there are a few dramatic bicentennial error coins, off-center strikes, double strikes, and even missing clad layer errors, that make this patriotic design even more exciting for collectors. The bicentennial double die reverse, where the drummer's drum lines and the date appear doubled, is a standout variety that has been authenticated and valued in the thousands. As we move into the 1980s and 1990s, minting processes became more consistent, but rare die breaks and filled dies continued to create quirky collectible coins. Among the most famous is the 1983 Washington Quarter spitting eagle error, where a die crack runs from the eagle's beak to its chest, giving the illusion of the bird spitting. This popular variety, especially when found in high mint state grades, often sells for between $50 and $500 depending on condition and demand. Then came one of the most sensational discoveries in modern numismatics, the 2004 D Wisconsin Extra Leaf Quarter, which exists in two varieties known as the high leaf and low leaf. These were caused by accidental die gouges that added an extra leaf to the ear of corn on the reverse. These varieties quickly became modern legends, with uncirculated examples often commanding hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Some pristine pieces have even sold for over $5,000, proving that modern coins can still surprise us. Another fascinating chapter in recent history came in 2019, when the U.S. Mint introduced the Overmintmark Washington Quarters, struck at the West Point Mint for the first time ever and randomly mixed into general circulation. With only 2 million coins per design released, these modern rarities sparked a nationwide treasure hunt. The 2019 W America The Beautiful Designs, Lowell, American Memorial Park, War in the Pacific, San Antonio Missions, and River of No Return have become instant collectibles. Early finds often sold for hundreds of dollars online, with top-graded examples graded MS-67 or MS-68 fetching even higher. These coins brought a fresh wave of excitement to the coin collecting world, proving that even in modern times, the thrill of discovery is alive and well. Now let's talk about grading, one of the most important aspects in determining a Washington Quarter's value. Grading evaluates a coin's condition, focusing on factors such as strike quality, surface preservation, luster, and eye appeal. For silver quarters, special attention is given to the high points of Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers. Circulated grades like fine, F, or very fine, VF, retain moderate details but show wear on the hair curls and wings. Extremely fine, XF, examples show most details intact with slight flattening, while about uncirculated, AU, coins display only minimal wear. Uncirculated coins, designated as mint state MS, are graded on a 70-point scale, where MS 60 indicates a coin with bag marks and dull luster, while MS 67 and above reflect exceptional strike and brilliance. Proof coins, on the other hand, are specially struck for collectors and often receive designations like cameo or deep cameo based on their mirror-like contrast. Collectors often seek full head, FH, or full details designations that indicate a sharp, complete strike on key design elements, traits that dramatically increase a coin's market value. Auction results over the years tell us just how passionate collectors are about these coins. In 2008, a 1932 D Washington Quarter graded MS 67 sold for an astounding $143,750, setting a benchmark for early-date silver quarters. Another jaw-dropping sale involved a 1943 Washington Quarter proof with deep cameo contrast, which fetched over $15,000. The 1976 S Silver Proof Quarter with flawless surfaces and heavy cameo finish has sold for over $5,000 in PR70 DCAM condition. As collectors and enthusiasts continue to rediscover the stories behind each coin, the Washington Quarter dollar remains more than just currency. It's a piece of American heritage, preserved in metal and carried through time. Whether it's a lustrous silver beauty from 1932, a 1965 transitional rarity, or a 2019 West Point treasure, every Washington Quarter holds a tale worth telling. So the next time you receive a quarter in your change, take a closer look. It might just be a piece of history hiding in plain sight, waiting to reveal its value and story to those who pay attention. Thanks for watching.